Hello and welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. Friday night, we're going to be playing some Star Rail today. I think... Let's start off with just playing the base game. At some point in time I'm going to have to switch over to Japanese text because I hear that there's no voiceover for the collab characters in the next part of the story that we're going to do. But for now, since I want to hear the rest of this current story that we're in English, we're going to stay in English for a little bit. Hello there to Shin, GP, and to Wobster. By the way, reach Masters rank in Unite. Congratulations. I don't know what rank I am. I haven't really played too much this season. Although lately I don't really play much any season. At least not like I used to. But the Pokemon Unite 4th anniversary event is going on right now, and I did take screenshots of my character profile after 1 year, 2 years, and now 3 years. So you can like take a look at those pictures maybe tomorrow when we stream Unite, if we're streaming Unite tomorrow. Oh, I need to change up her relics. I realized I was like doing some relic review lately and realized that her gear is a little messed up. There we go. We're going to start off with a little bit of farming because I will overcap at 6 o'clock in the morning if I don't.
Your head. I venture forth to forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Time to twirl! Go, go, go!
Oh, I'm not supposed to be farming this. This is what I was farming. Oh, but this is a good piece actually. I'm glad that I got this. I actually decided that I'm going to farm the Duke set. Because I got Kafka, who probably needs to be rebuilt, although she's actually pretty good. I might also redo Gweniphen, and then maybe also get some pieces in case I pull Hycelins. Or Hycelins. All allies? Okay, that's kind of broken. I like it.
time to lose.
Why am I faster than Huopo? 172, 189. Oh, because of Jade. That makes sense.
Serenity is before me. This mortal. Watch over you. Guide you on
A
your
lot of the
path.
action advance from the stage mechanics is kind of wasted.
Time for a lesson. Suppress. Don't let me down.
Show no mercy.
I can do this. Give me strength.
I can't thank you enough.
Bending the rules.
Wanted to doubt farewell. There's no time to lose. Here, is thunder.
Time for a lesson.
Get there.
Unscathed.
Serenity is before me. Follow my charge. Conflict is pitiless.
Do I want to advance myself? Doesn't really matter.
Show no mercy.
Bending the rules. Unscathed. Give an inch and they'll take a mile. Component damage.
Get there. There's no time to lose. Here, is thunder. Seek and you shall receive. Wanted to doubt farewell. Follow my charge.
Mission failed. Ready to shine. You go, Master. Time to show you what I can read. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. Watch this.
You're falling apart on your own.
Is it coming? Are you the West Wind? Away we go!
That won't do. The fearless knows not fear.
Yeah. Delivering warmth.
Hedge your bets.
I could do that.
Never hesitate.
Unscathed.
Too close.
All in.
Awesome. Now watch this.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
That did feel better. Speed. Oh, it's kind of rough giving rid of a speed piece. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. What are the chances? Attack percent body with speed and effect hit rate? It doesn't get more perfect than that. Unless I was building like Black Swan and wanted the opposite, where I had effect hit rate and as the main and attack percent as the body. Alright, that should be enough farming for now. 9 more double trash events. I'm gonna do the survey off stream probably. Can I mark this as unread? No, I can't. That's awkward. I'm just in the habit of like logging in and grabbing my mail and immediately just saying whatever about it. Alright, so where we last left off, we pretty much did everything.
A short respite, then time to the next fight.
What should Heistlands use for body, attack, EHR, crit? It should either be effect hit rate or attack. Heistlands does have some scaling with where she like double dips on effect hit rate and attack. And then if you also have Kafka has this trace where if your ally has a certain amount of EHR, then they gain a ridiculous amount of attack. But also the amount that you need to hit that threshold is so ridiculously high, you basically have to go all in on EHR. When an ally target's effect hit rate is 75% or higher, Kafka increases that target's attack by 100%. So it's like, you know, if you get up to 75%, which is kind of crazy to get that high. Who probably has the highest EHR on my team, among all my teams? Probably Cypher. And I didn't like, I actually kind of went out of my way to get, I didn't go out of my way to get effect hit rate, but like this has effect hit rate. Oh, I'm thinking about something else actually. I'm thinking about the quantum set that I have for this. So that's on Dan Hung, I think. I like farmed 3 different sets of possible gear for my Cypher and then chose what I thought would be the best among them. Who has my effect hit rate quantum set? No one? I'll just look at these. So over the years, because I farmed so much quantum stuff, I have a lot of stuff that happens to have effect hit rate while I was fishing for others' gear. So it's like 7. Who's the character that I don't mind messing up their stats for? Let's give Sushang all the effect hit rate. Okay, so none of these have it. So there is still room for improvement among these still. So even at the end, just know that you'll be off by another like 10% or so. Not really 10, more like 5%, honestly. So here's, this one has on Tribby, so I have to remember to give that back to her. %, effect hit rate on speed boots. So unlucky. And this is pretty good, 6%, 7% effect hit rate. And then this is on preservation march, so 8-9%, which is pretty good for her too. So with all of that effect hit rate, that's going to go up to nothing basically. 46%. Now I could have used the relic set that gives me effect hit rate as well, or instead. That's the break effect one. I need, what is it? This one? So 10%. So if I had equivalent substats, I would actually lose effect hit rate by equipping this. But I could have, you know, equivalent substats and then have an extra 10%, which will get me up to whatever number that was that I wasn't really paying attention to because it was so low. 56. that's within range to equip Nihility Light Cone. Like this increases the effect hit rate by 40% and then increases dot damage by 48%. That's pretty good. But you can't do it on just substats. You have to basically equip some light cone. But since you're equipping a effect hit rate light cone, that means you're also not getting like a damage light cone like Fermata, damage light cone like Goodnight Sleep Well, which is 72% damage increase, or energy regen, or defense reducing, which is whole team-wide damage instead of your own personal damage. But you are getting, 100% attack, which isn't really 100% attack because your attack body is going to be like 48 or something like that. So it's really more like 25% more attack than you otherwise would have. So trade-offs. But since you kind of need effect hit rate anyway to hit things, so if you're like close to it, you may as well go for it. I didn't want Sushong's. I didn't want, I want the one that had Sushong on it. Because this is like, how do I compare? This is compare, yeah, because this is crit damage. I won't have a good enough crit ratio. I think I just took from Qingchua. Instead of taking it from Sushong. I'm actually like out of good quantum gear, which is wild. It took forever, but I'm finally out. Is Heislin's reasonably usable without Kafka? 100% attack boot. So there are a couple of things you can do actually. So since Heislin's has this thing where every time someone triggers a dot, she does physical damage based off of 100% of her attack. The thing that you're really doing is maximizing the number of dots that happen. So Gweniphen detonates all fire dots, and Sampo is even better than that because every time an enemy with wind shear dies, it spreads out to the other enemies. And if an enemy already has 5 wind shears on them and then he hits them with an attack that would have otherwise given wind shear, then it just deals a little bit of wind shear damage. So you could actually get better than Kafka kinda briefly if you like have one enemy and you use skill and it bounces like 5 times, so it causes like 5 dots. So that's like 500% of Heislin's attack. But of course you're hitting one enemy then, and it's pretty rare to be fighting one enemy at this point. But yeah, Sampo works, and then Action Advancers kind of work. Action Advancers are a little iffy because they all kind of waste a lot of stats. Sunday gives energy, which is good, but also gives crit damage and crit rate, which is not good. Bronya gives damage, but only on the turn of, so that's like skill damage. And otherwise gives a 2-turn attack and crit damage bonus, which the crit damage bonus is useless, and the attack buff wears off when you're advancing them over and over again. And then Sparkle is crit damage, which is also not good. And if they were quantum, they would be damage. So maybe like, Asta instead for speed, or mostly just Kafka is the real answer, because you could detonate all the dots on the enemy, which is going to be like 8 of them if you have Heislin's and Kafka together. And then every time she does a follow-up attack, you're detonating all the dots, which is another 8. So it's like 800 attack 3 times. or I guess, let's see. So you get a follow-up attack every Kafka turn and another time every ultimate. And you could probably get down to a 2-turn ultimate with Kafka if you really tried. So it's 3 follow-ups every 2 turns. So that's 2,400 percent damage compared to Sampa, who's only detonating the wind shears. So he's detonating his own wind shear and also Heisland's wind shear, which is pretty good. Up to 8, so it's going to be like 2 unless their weakness broken, in which case it's going to be 3. And then, you know, yeah, the number is obviously going to be a lot worse because you're using a 4-star instead of a 5-star, but it's not that bad. Alright. Who's got the over-under on how long this is going to take? All we had to do is submit the core flame. Are we going to have a 2-hour cutscene? Or are we going to end the story in 5 minutes?
I'm gladdened by your triumphant return. But I don't see Castris among your number.
It looks like she not only helped me prove my theory, but helped you fulfill your mission as well.
She technically will always be at her side because there's like a physical place that we could go to find her.
But she still wrote the final verse of her epic herself. Trinin, please recite the prophecy for us. Trailblazer, please surrender that scalding cool flame for us as well.
I guess, is that actually a physical place that we can visit? I know that we can get all the way to the tree, but I don't think we can actually enter Elysia without like great effort or being dead. Yeah, I think it's actually a metaphysical space.
You are the only life she ever saved by her own hand in her 1,000 years on this earth. I believe no one is more qualified for this noble task.
I get the sentiment that she's going for, but like the very first time we show up to Akama, we clearly see Castris saving the people of Akama by killing the Titankin that are here from Nikador's hand. Like, I know that her whole story thing is like, oh, I wish that I could touch people without killing them, but like she's clearly saved people throughout the years, even without, you know, sacrificing her life and bringing me back to life.
O gods who have returned, and gods who are still watching, today we bring you a soul laid bare. The Hand of Shadow, Thanatos, remembered their name from the past. From daylight they came, and to their fragrant dwelling they returned, to walk now among your ranks. And there was one who joined hands with the Titan, a traveler risen from the dead, and reborn among mortal kind. She is the everlasting night, and shall now proclaim in her good name, O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world.
I just realized that they're trying to get me to be the demigod of death, but wasn't I supposed to be the demigod of time instead? Like, can I be multiple demigods at once? I suppose if Anaxa tried to fuse his soul with Kefali, while also having Cersei's in his soul, but also not being the demigod of either of them, it's probably fine.
We seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy. Step forward, trailblazer from beyond the sky, and together with us, surrender the core flame and carve their star into the sky.
It would be nice if my controller rumbled a bit more. There was like a barely imperceptible one at the end, but given the ceremony, 3 more. But really 2 more, because Anaxa has one of them.
A constellation for death.
For life and death, to be more precise.
Look, it's...
It really is by our side. Oh, Don Hunk still doesn't have a voice.
It's only a divine echo. I think she's here for the trial.
What did she say?
That's the language of the Titans. Castor is... no. The Titan. They said... I have illuminated the cold shadow of death.
Onwards. For your path to the future is bright and its flame eternal. Do not forget.
She made quite a scene. I suppose it's my turn now.
I won't stop you.
Professor, you...
What's with that look? You were present. So, let's get this execution over with. We wouldn't want to bring shame to Akuma's divine laws or keep me from creating a new world.
You never change, do you, Professor?
And
I
kind of
don't
see what happens when he loses
If
Cersei's
your
soul.
theory is correct, you'll lose all memories of your past life once you become a Titan. So what's the point of becoming a god?
Of course there's a point. Even if I forget who I am, I'll still have my brilliant mind. It goes without saying, I'll find a way to retrieve memories of my past life. Besides, I still have you, don't I?
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly. Even if it were true, things reforged from memory could never be the same as the original anyway.
Sometimes they're better.
Then allow me to tell you right now that you're wrong. What exactly are we? My answer is that the Chrysos heirs are the future Titans and vice versa. Of course, this answer only applies to us. So, what are we when it comes to regular mortals? The very essence of the world, our souls, are tiny invisible seeds that hold records of each person's memories of the world. And we are the buds that sprout from these seeds to grow into great trees.
He kind of has a point. Like, if all of Amphorius is in a cycle, then everyone that's already in existence is created from someone's memory. And, like, if this world is good enough, then, you know, the next world should be good enough, in theory.
Is that what new sporism means?
Correct. Once our physical bodies are born, we become new extensions of the world. From there, we plant our seeds into someone's memories, and then scatter them into the hearts of countless people in the future.
Interestingly, this is actually a similar thesis to what ended up being the core of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So in those games, there are, you know, humans, just normal people, and they live and die and whatnot. But then, and then if they can equip, like, weapons that have souls in them, that are personalities and people, called blades, and they have forever memories. Like, they're able to remember, like, all the drivers that have used them in the past, and then they watch them die, and then when they fail to resonate because their driver is dead, they go back into crystal form until the next driver finds them, right? And the main protagonist of the game is really upset at their creator. They're like, well, why did you make me to remember all these people and like how they die and all this other stuff, and you know, why do I have to live with only the memories of all the people that come before me, blah blah blah, and everyone has to, like, you know, I have to watch them grow old and things like that. Also, there's like a little bit more nuance to it because there's special blades that remember, and then other blades have their memories wiped every time they go back to crystal form. And basically, there's some version of this where they say like, oh, well, you know, even though we're reborn and whatnot, like when a new person exists, then they take on kind of the memories or like the experiences of everyone around them, and then filter it and then send it back out to shape the world around them and the experiences of others as well.
Just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearances differ across memories. But the partial memories we carry will always be the same, because that is just how the world is.
It's been like 8 years since I streamed Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so the exact details are a little fuzzy, but yeah, the vibes are pretty much there.
To destroy our very existence, one must destroy the world itself. But we have someone who will still live on with his perfect memory. That person is you, child of Kefali. This is what it means to be the world-bearing Titan. So, carry everything of this world and live on. Don't disappoint those most precious to you. Don't disappoint Lady Goldweaver.
No pressure, though.
And especially, don't bring dishonor to my theory.
Anaxa, I swear to you, I'll lead everyone to our reunion in the new world.
Good. That is all I have to say. Farewell, everyone.
What an unceremonious death.
In the next life.
Farewell, great performer.
Compared to Trianne, who died going to fighting the Flame Reaver, or Castris, who sacrificed herself to bring Trailblazer back to life. And Axe is just like, well, it doesn't matter. Reincarnation exists. Bye, folks.
May Cersei's safeguard your thoughts.
Are you satisfied, Honorable Titan?
Very. I hereby swear I have borne witness. Anaxagoras of the New Sporists and the Grove of Epiphany has successfully overcome the trial of reason. Thus, I shall confer upon you these words. You shall transcend the peaks of purity and return to corruption and hardship.
Wait, why would you want that?
Oh, so that's a god's prophecy. It sounds like you just rephrased my past, present, and future. Oh, Cersei's. Is that all you've got?
Well, you've already transcended the peaks of purity, and you were never the type to give me any leeway.
That is true.
But I do still have one question.
Is she gonna ask, what are we?
I knew it. What is it? Maybe we're thinking of the same thing.
As you've so boldly stated, we and the world itself live on through the memories of others. If that is the case, whose memories did the very first new spore sprout from?
His turtle's all the way down.
How should I know?
Oh my.
But since we are both equally curious, we should allow the children of humanity who come after us to investigate in our stead.
Rejoice, Cersei's. I sow the seeds of suspicion in the new world with your soul!
And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
Thankfully, she's still alive. Was March 7th also in this condition when she was first rescued by the Express?
Oh, Himiko doesn't have a voice. I'll actually read hers. But first I'll talk about Anaxa. I still think he should have had a better death. Like, everyone else's was so cinematic. Well, I mean, I guess Trian's was not necessarily cinematic, but she, like, was using up the last of her energy to send out the last Sentry Gate to save us and blah, blah, blah. And, like, everyone's had such, a good send-off. And Maide died off screen, but he's immortal, so he'll come back to life anyway. So, I don't know. That was a little boring of a death for Anaxa. He did achieve his goal, though. He's, like, probably... Well, I guess also Castris achieved her goal, too. Tribby has not achieved her goal yet, because, you know, she hasn't brought about the Era Nova yet. Anyway, on to Himiko. Oh, I guess also, is Ghost still here? Spooky Ghost? I saw your message like super late because it was in a wall of text while I was talking about other stuff. But I think I might know what you're talking about with YouTube, about age verification and things like that. But maybe I don't actually know what you're talking about. I thought it was pretty grand, passing the trial of reason by solving a question that Cersei's posed without knowing the answer in advance. Well, passing the trial is fine, but I just like, you know, everyone else is just kind of like, all right, guess you gotta die now, you know, bye. Like, compared to the Castris getting her hug, or I guess really that's the main death that has happened so far. Trian is like only a third of Tribby, so I don't really necessarily want to call that yet. I mean, it is cool that he went out smiling. And I guess he did have the cooler story leading up to his death with the climbing the mountain and like seeing the ghosts along the way and then solving the mystery of Amphorius. So like all that was cool. Like he had a better middle than Castris did. Because I think that I don't know how they could have made the ending better. Hey there, Cheesy. Alright, let's read Himiko's text here. Her condition was very similar. It's just that at that time, the Express did not have a memo keeper who could diagnose her condition. What is her condition?
But she still woke up naturally. Looking on the bright side, that might happen this time as well.
When March awakened from the ice, her memories were completely wiped clean. I want to prepare for the worst and prevent something like that from happening again. That's fair. I don't want to have her forget all the adventures she's been on so far. Can you share with us your hypothesis?
I do not have conclusive evidence, but judging by her current condition, perhaps March 7th's memories have been hijacked.
Hijacked?
Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when someone loses their ability to remember?
They just are a person? Like, nothing else happens really about them. It's kind of like long-term memory loss, short-term memory loss, or dementia or something like that. Not a biologist, but I hear there's a species of fish on Von Wack that has a memory of span of less than a second. It forgets anything that occurs the very next instant. Perhaps something similar will happen?
Unfortunately, short-term memory is an entirely different concept from the inability to remember.
Okay,
Perhaps
yeah, I guess.
it is difficult for you to imagine.
This is the beauty of sci-fi writing. Like, I had the exact same, like, reasonable thing that Himiko had, and now Black Swan is about to explain the in-universe concept to me.
But an individual who has lost their ability to remember turns into nothingness.
Nothingness?
The belief of the Garden is that everything in this universe can be interpreted through memories. This is the driving force behind the continuance of this path.
Even Pathstriders of Nihility? Even Device IX itself? I don't know about that. Maybe. Maybe.
The past is made up of memoria, while the future is a possibility that will eventually be converted to memoria. But the present, it doesn't really exist, and it's only an abstract expression. Therefore, when a person is affected by the path and loses their ability to remember, their physical form will also be affected. These ice crystals are a manifestation of that.
Miss Black Swan, there's one thing I haven't looked into deeply until now. You've guided us to Amphorius, but refused to tell us your true intentions. Collecting memories is simply not a convincing answer.
Is Miss Himiko suspicious of me?
I mean no offense, I'm merely speculating, but I'd appreciate your honesty if possible.
In other words, now is the time for me to prove my innocence.
I mean,
That's
after
not
all.
a problem, of course. The true reason behind my intentions is that Amphorius holds special significance. For some memo keepers of the Garden with extremist views, it is a perfect example.
I think it's reasonable for Himiko to be suspicious of Black Swan, given that basically as soon as she showed up and showed us this new area, March had to this condition. Perfect example.
A world that can only be seen through the Garden's mirror means that memo keepers have the right to keep the world in their private collection. If those Pathstriders of Remembrance were to uncover the secrets of Amphorius first, they might unleash their wild ambitions and remodel more worlds into a similar form.
So the reason you did everything you could to convince the Express to come to the Star Zone is just to uncover the secrets and foil the plan of those people?
I chose to remain quiet before, because I did not want to involve you in the Garden's internal conflicts.
Remodeling a world is no easy feat. Those extremists are likely not just simple Pathstriders. Do they wield the power of Emanators?
You can be even bolder with your guesses. The people that I'm talking about, they aren't just individuals. They are an organization that has already attached itself to the pinky finger of Fu Li.
Could they be the ones that hijacked March 7th's memories?
I cannot be certain, but at the very least, they are capable of doing so. I am deeply sorry about what has happened to March 7th, but the deal that I propose still remains a fair one. Amphorius is still an excellent destination, and investigating further might allow us to uncover the truth behind the accident.
What was Black Swan supposed to get out of this? I mean, besides, because like, what was the deal that she arranged with Himiko before Himiko finding out her true intentions of exposing Amphorius to the rest of the universe?
Miss Himiko, the wisest choice right now is for us to continue cooperating.
Her lower path of remembrance? I'm not talking about Black Swan. I was talking about like actual Pathstriders of Nihility, like the Sin Thirsters and Acheron. I mean, Acheron clearly remembers things, but like Device IX, the giant black hole of depressiveness, probably doesn't remember anything, or doesn't have the ability to remember. I don't know. Or if like maybe they do have the ability to remember, but they just don't see any point in it. Is more what I was getting at. What's wrong?
Let me take back a part of what I said just now, Miss Himiko. Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like I have involved you in some unforeseen danger. Please accept my deepest apologies.
Has something changed?
It's Fuli. Their gaze has just swept across Amphorius.
Oh, how interesting. I never expected a mere memo snatcher to be actually hiding so much inside her head. What's even more interesting is that the word Amphorius has appeared in her subconscious.
This lady seems to be having fun. Is she usually like this?
It's hard to explain.
Oh, for those of you that don't remember, because this happened months and months and months and months ago, even for me, let alone for people that have actually been keeping up with the story, Herta was trying to seek an audience with Newstayer Edition when Welt and Sunday interrupted the meeting by opening the door and coming into the space station because the door was unlocked. And there was a memo snatcher that was trying to follow Herta, but actually Herta knew about it the entire time and trapped her in the mirrors. And yeah, so they're all split up right now. Wait, what is she talking about? The Trailblazers getting the gaze? That happened ages ago? I think that probably is actually when Trailblazer got the gaze of Fuli. I think that time happens at a different pace outside compared to inside, because basically in the first story, or the first two stories even, I think, as soon as we lost communication, Welt and Sunday went to go see Herta. And so basically the thought is that in the time it took for Welt and Sunday to go see Herta, like all the stuff that happened with meeting Finon and like meeting My Day and then going to fight Nikador and then like finding Tribi and all that other stuff, all of that happened in the time it takes to just warp from Amphorius to the Herta space station. And I know that in real life that probably is reasonable given like you have to travel at the speed of light, but I don't think that the people of Honkai Star Rail are limited by light speed travel.
What are you two whispering about? Has it not occurred to you that I can hear everything clearly?
Oh, please pardon me, Madam Herta.
Would you mind sharing with us what you've discovered?
The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up with my methods, even if they are rather unconventional. Let's get back to the topic. By using the fourth mirror, I rummaged through the brain of this memo snatcher and learned a good deal. Not only does this person know of Emphorius, but there are also many memo keepers who are interested in the place. I searched through her consciousness and found the following terms: the Eternal Land, the Rejected Land, and the private collection of the Garden of Recollection.
It seems like Miss Black Swan is indeed hiding some things from us.
Since I'm not able to find any useful clues from the outside, why don't I personally visit this mysterious Emphorius?
Oh, please do. We could use a heavy hitter.
You're planning to head to Emphorius yourself?
Yes, but not in the flesh like you all.
Okay.
See these Herda mirrors? With them, I can project my data spirit entity to any corner of the cosmos through spatial warps, without even needing to leave my room. But of course, these corners of the cosmos must be within the coverage zone of inter-astral peace communications. After all, this is collaborative technology.
I see. You do seem like the more indoor type.
Although that star zone is not within the network of the IP.
Is Sunday even allowed to say
Express
that,
itself
given
can serve as a signal
himself?
station. Come, give me the astral chart coordinates.
Like, Sunday's whole thing is that not only did he stay indoors, he like stayed inside a dream state most of his life.
Then sit back and enjoy the show. All right. Now that everything is ready, mirrors, get to work.
Am I allowed to? Oh, I can use the Herda. Even though she probably won't be, what's it called? Really usable. Let's see. I want Truby for sure. Hua. And I need another erudition. Do I go with Himiko or do I go with Herda? Jingyuan probably won't work here. I can filter, right? What are my options? Who's the most SP positive erudition character? I guess I don't need to be completely SP positive because I've got Trivia and Hua. I want to see if Herda has something special for being added to a team with Herda. Well, I guess first let's also look at Asta. Nothing. And let's try Herda.
Madame Herda is a peerless gem. Madame Herda is an unrivaled genius. Madame Herda is an inimitable beauty.
Excellent. I want to see if Herda has something for being in a team with Herda.
Ta-da! How's this splitting magic?
I didn't quite catch that, but it's on the recording. Am I able to just look at through the database? Or the data bank? No, you actually have to have the character get their voice lines. I guess I'll listen to it one more time then.
Ta-da! Has this splitting magic.
Madam, watching you work has been an enlightening experience for me. It's hard to imagine that an outstanding scholar like you could maintain such a relaxed manner most of the time. Your calm and collected nature is truly a trait that I should learn.
Why is Sunday so awkward?
This brat. Why does everything that comes out of his mouth sound so snarky?
Thank you, Madam Herta. Companions are the lifeblood of the Astral Express. When things are settled, we will repay you for all your help.
Well, this young man sure is courteous.
A reminder that Herta is maybe a millennia old.
First mirror, input the coordinates. You'll be in charge of the spatial warp.
As you command, Madam Herta. The preparations are complete. I wish you a pleasant journey ahead.
The stream is still over an hour. Like, what? All I had to do was just return the core flame.
Second mirror, prepare for the thought refraction. There's still some distance from the Astral Express to the Emphoria's celestial body. You're in charge of sending me over. This time, raise the power to the maximum. Don't be stingy.
Oh, okay. I won't fail the mission, Madam Herta.
Third mirror, you're in charge of generating the data spirit entity.
I'm happy to help, Madam Herta. What kind of appearance are you planning to use this time?
Good question. Let me think. Forget it. Just use my own appearance. There's no one there that'll recognize me anyway.
That means that Herta could appear as anyone at any point in time
As you wish.
and still be the Herta. Like, there would be so many Herta forms. You could have like a Hunt Herta, a Nihility Herta, a Abundance Herta, Preservation Herta. Yeah.
Preparation of the data spirit entity complete.
I had a thought, like, the fact that she has these, you know, mirrors that have some amount of data and she can give orders to them and they have like very specific tasks. Like, I don't know when in IRL time this script was written, but they really do sound like agentic AIs. Like, you just tell it a command and it just kind of figures out what tools it needs to do and how to do it and whatnot.
Thought refraction at max power. Excellent. First mirror. Let's get going.
But I suppose that's because, you know, at some point in time, if you're just giving orders to a robot and you let it deal with the complexities itself and you're like kind of giving it a sort of anthropomorphization or something like that, then it's going to feel like AI to some extent.
Have a safe trip, Madam Herta.
She's not going anywhere. She's going to be right here with you.
Good results.
Coordinates input complete. Preparing to activate spatial warp. Destination: unknown celestial body. Amphorius. Spatial warp countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Warp activated.
Oh! So that's Amphorius? Its appearance is, well, sure is unique.
That's the most surprised I've ever heard her to be about anything.
Second mirror. Prepare for thought refraction. It's time to send me in.
Alright, please read the
you hurry up?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't expect it to be so turbulent. I should have asked the second mirror to use slightly less power.
There's no way this actually worked, right?
What a magnificent sight! Is this the entrance to Emphorius? Let's see. Perhaps I'll be able to find a way in.
That looks like the Flame Reaver. I'm probably not going to get a chance to fight as the Herta here, sadly. Alright, so at least she does see us. Is this going to be a timeline of events that have happened so far?
What's this? A statue? It's ugly. I don't like it. Oh, I finally found your traces. How esteemed must you be for the great Herta to come out personally?
Not
When we
actually
return,
personally.
Get ready to become free labor for the simulated universe for the rest of your lives.
That's ominous. Why is he so tall? He's like taller than he usually is, right? Like Stella's pretty tall. But this guy's crazy. Can't talk to the altar. Well, time to be afraid.
What's this? How creepy. Oh, it moves? Who are you trying to scare?
It's working on me.
It's either a projection or a fake. There doesn't seem to be much to take note of. Now then, how am I going to get into Emphorius?
Just so I'm facing my enemy at all times. Let's work from this direction.
My deepest apologies, esteemed lady. I'm afraid that you cannot proceed further.
Lygus? Right?
Your visit, although not part of my calculations, is a pleasant surprise.
Or another one of his
It's a
species.
pity that the preparations are not yet in place to receive you with the hospitality that someone of your status deserves.
Are you not going to answer my question? Who are you?
I have many identities, and I'm going to have even more in the future. But if you just need a form of address, you can use my common alias. Lycurgus. Lygus.
Okay, so it is Lygus. Is there more than one Lygus?
But you can't possibly think that I'm just asking for a name, can you?
Regrettably, I do not have the authority to share more information. However, standards are always flexible. While not violating the ultimate protocol, I'm able to disclose this piece of information. As you thought, this is the entrance to Emphorius. Now, please, kindly turn back. Emphorius is not a world that you should be involved with, regardless of what kind of magnificent achievements you have accomplished. This place will not open its doors so easily.
That's kind of a high bar to set for when you're talking to an emanator of erudition. Like, I feel like Herta would be able to do this.
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that I have no reason to listen to you.
Your reaction is completely within my calculations. Despite my long years as a watcher, it seems like my assessment of human nature still remains accurate. From you, I'm able to sense a beautiful desire for knowledge. But my answer remains unchanged. Madam, it is with the utmost goodwill that I suggest you return to where you came from.
The constellations aren't lit up. What's up with that?
Let's assume for a second that I'm not so well-mannered, and that I insist on uncovering the secrets hidden behind you, Mr. Lygus. How do you plan to dispel this notion of mine?
Within the scope of the ultimate protocol, there are 178,244 logic chains at my disposal to convince you.
That's a lot of arguments. I mean, humans can be pretty stubborn, though.
After filtering through them, I have determined that I only require 3 to attain the results that I desire.
Oh? I'm all ears.
If you come in here, the Trailblazer will die.
For reasons that cannot be disclosed, Amphorius is a completely isolated celestial body. Apart from me, no one else will be able to help you enter.
Somehow Trailblazer was able to enter.
Second, if your plan is, as you've alluded to previously, to force me into cooperating by showing hostility, do know that
even if I die, you can't get in?
just like you, I have basked in the gaze of the erudition.
He also is an emanator of erudition.
And assure you that in the worst case scenario, our mutual destruction will be inevitable.
Although, does that make him an emanator? Forget what the bar is, because I know that they're like path striders, and then they're emanators, and then there's like something in between where you like kind of have some of the powers of the Aeon, but not all of them.
Oh. No wonder I couldn't find a back door. When I did a scan of our surroundings, the safety protocols on you are comparable to Screwy's. How interesting.
But also, kind of, I guess not necessarily. I think that every member of the Genius Society is an emanator. No, is that true? Is Grillum an emanator? Probably. But is Ron May an emanator? Probably. I feel like there's some sort of like specialness to being in the Genius Society, but I guess that there are people that have that same specialness that are not in the Genius Society. Because you would think that this person would be like important, like Xandar, Polka, Calcomon, or something like that.
I assume that you still wish to hear the third logic chain.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Third, even if you exhaust all your means and find a way to break through, you will surely give up once you understand the consequences of your actions. After all, throughout your long life, as much as you'd hate to admit,
He knows a bit about her, though.
Has played a crucial role.
Throughout your long life, conscience played a crucial role.
What a brazen robot. You think that you can actually understand me through your paltry calculations? But since you put it that way, Why don't you tell me what these consequences will be?
Trailblazer will die. I could have just led with that.
It concerns the third path that is entangled with Amphoris. A path that you and your friends still very much lack understanding of. The destruction. So, if you ignore
It's always a
my warnings
Stellaron.
and persist in your ways, you will break the shackles of a Lord Ravager. And when that happens, their fury will engulf the cosmos.
Alright, well, we finished the story. So the 3 paths are confirmed to be erudition, remembrance, and unfortunately, destruction. It's always destruction. Kind of like playing Super Mario Brothers, right? No matter how many twists and turns the story takes, or like Legend of Zelda, it's always going to be Bowser at the end of the game. It's always going to be Ganondorf at the end of the game. You can't get away from the destruction, I guess. I mean, it's only midnight. At some point in time, we'll actually go through and read all of these. There's so much to read it, though. That's ciphers.
A thief. The first. That's. That's.
I wouldn't be up so late if the story didn't take like an hour to just put the flame of the core flame into the pool. I'm very glad that I didn't try to do this like that one day. Whatever day that was that I was streaming, because I was up so late and I was like, all right, we probably maybe finished the story now. All we got to do is just put this core flame away and then we're done. Nope. I don't want 1-1.
Oh.
For call, that.
Okay, I thought there were like 5 minutes left. Forgot about the Herta part.
Perhaps it was not.
This should be the end, right? Like, how is there going to be more Caster's stuff to fill in?
Before. As see. If. What is that? There would she. That.
This is the 4th bit of stuff for Aglaya. There's only one more for her. I guess technically we haven't actually seen what happens on the other end of us passing the trial, because no one has passed the trial of death yet, right? Although she did say I lit up the thing of death or whatever, so maybe we did already activate the trial, but I don't know. Still need to do my days because I didn't finish it or something. Maybe that's the end of Casterus's, because like, why did they just like have that special segment about Casterus?
To the camp.
In his.
Oh, Casterus was the one that passed it? Okay.
It's a. When?
I thought that you had to like show up to the altar and give the core flame away. I know that she became death, but I didn't really guess that I didn't really understand that it like that could happen separately from submitting the core flame to the pool. Nice. Got some wishful resin. Man, there's still so much left. Although Enforce is like pretty much over. Like in a couple more weeks, like 2 more weeks. Alright, so I don't actually want to like do more of this story stuff. I want to start the Fate collab event because there's only 1 week left of it. At some point in time I also need to do multiplayer stuff for this and get all these jades. Trailblaze Continuance. This is the collaboration event. So really they want me to do both the Trailblaze Continuance and then also do the event. We're going to start it on stream, but there's a good chance that we finish this off stream.
Short respite, then time for the next fight.
I can't actually go there because it will cause the next bit of story to happen.
It's been a while. Mr. Screw'em said you'd stop by today, so I figured I'd wait here for a bit.
These events happened
So this is the device for testing the divergent universe,
after the events of Pentaconi, but before Emphorius, I believe, based off of the events, the story events that you had to do in order to do this.
Oh, you've got the wrong idea. I may have taken some history electives back at Paperfold University, but I'm hardly the right person for scientific research.
Oh, that's fine. All you do is fight anyway.
I'm here today on someone's behalf, to bring you a gift. Do you still remember the Holy Grail War we had back in Pentaconi?
No.
Not surprising at all. This so-called Holy Grail curio is bizarre indeed. Even though I still recall that adventure we went through together.
Oh.
Some of the details get a bit hazy.
Is this like the... Oh, you've had a room this whole time? We introduced this to you the very first day that you showed up? Don't you remember? Oh, let me recall the story for you.
Old Odie gave me this Holy Grail as a token of gratitude for everyone who participated in the war. I wanted to display it on the Radiant Feldspar. He agreed, wholeheartedly saying,
Ho 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 ho! What better decoration for the Radiant Feldspar than a cup set to grant any wish? Talk about grandeur!
Mr. Scrollum was entrusted to neutralize the power of the Holy Grail. Now it's just an ordinary dream bubble, stripped of its wish-granting properties.
Why? Why wouldn't you just use its power and then maybe put it somewhere more or less open to the public? Guess I'm about to find out.
If the Grail really could grant you a wish, what would yours be?
A wish, huh? Feels like someone asked me a similar question.
That never happened. I'll go along with it. This is a decent way to, like, shoehorn in events that happened. It was a long time ago, or not so long ago, because this could happen at any point in time, right?
As Penacony's last festive superstar, she was once the center of everyone's attention. And now, with the unprecedented First Penaconian Holy Grail War about to kick off, she is back in the spotlight. Come on, girl. Show the audience that, what's it called? Tattoo on your hand?
I have a tattoo on my hand?
It's the command spells.
Right. Command spells. Proof of your selection to join the Holy Grail War. They say it's
this is probably some sort of Fate anime reference that I don't understand.
To fight for you. And now let's give up the floor to the star reporter of the Crystal Daily.
Why not? Is like this random reporter some like what's it called, union voice actors? Like they had the announcer guy behind the camera and they have Stell. Why not voice this one line?
Come on, girl. It's a rare treat for
Oh,
us
it's Hook, that's
folks
why.
to travel off-world, running into an
I
old
was
friend
thinking
on
that
an
the
alien
voice
planet.
was of the person behind the camera
Sure,
was
the occasion might be a little weird, but don't tell me you don't recognize us.
familiar. He's got that like sports announcer voice. No Sampo. But I guess they don't have Hook's voice actress. I think that if I had heard her voice, then I would have given it away immediately.
I promised Pitch Dark Hook the Great we'd record every thrilling moment of this trip to the planet of festivities for the folks back home. And here we are stumbling upon you being interviewed for the Penaconian Holy Grail War.
I see. I was just wondering why someone else was taking the job, considering our channel secured exclusive rights to this interview and broadcast. Security, clear the area.
We can talk this out. How about a collaboration? It's okay, they're with me.
Even the money-loving Alfalfa family wouldn't charge such a cute kid a licensing fee, right? Miss, consider it charity. Let this kid finish her social studies project. I mean, what's the harm in that?
Assistant, get these two out of here.
Escort his foreign visitors from the scene. Can't help but love Sam Kotsky.
The Alfalfa family proudly presents the first Penaconian Holy Grail War. We'll be following the masters every step of the way, bringing you the freshest, most exclusive coverage. Before we continue our interview with the Nameless about the Penaconian Holy Grail War, let's cut to a quick commercial
Dang,
break.
wow, this is Penacony for real. They literally just started the interview and they're already going to do a commercial break.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've all heard the legend of the Holy Grail, haven't you? Across the vast cosmos, such tales abound. Seekers embarking on grueling journeys in pursuit of a miracle capable of turning their deepest desires into reality. Yet, only a rare few ever have the privilege of witnessing its existence firsthand. But today, I bring you all that very opportunity. I have brought the omnipotent wish-granting chalice, the Holy Grail, to Penacony. Of course, the right to make a wish is a privilege beyond measure. And like most competitions in life, if you want to claim your reward, you'll have to fight for it. The Holy Grail will summon heroic spirits, legendary figures from Penacony's rich history, and bring them back to life. And you, daring dream chasers, will become masters, commanding these servants in battle until only one survivor remains. Worried it sounds a bit violent? Afraid it might turn into another Tychean robo-ball competition with limbs flying and blood spattering everywhere?
First time this has been pronounced by a voice actor, so let me read that again.
Worried it sounds a bit violent? Afraid it might turn into another Tychean robo-ball competition with
Tychean.
limbs flying and blood spattering everywhere? Fear not. Mark my words. In the sweet dream of Penacony, there is no such thing as death. Any violence you witness is nothing more than harmless.
This is actually a pretty nice way of hosting an event like this. Normally if you have like some sort of magical artifact that no matter where it goes, death and destruction and war and violence follows, you usually don't want to like bring it to a place and like announce it to a group of people, right? But if it's in Penacony, in the dreamscape, and you can't actually die here, then that is a nice way of doing it. Now, in theory, this grail should be in the reality physically somewhere, right? Like, I guess there could still be some force that either steals it or fights for it or, you know, breaks in and grabs it. But, I don't know. If you ignore, like, all the nitpicky, like, CinemaSins type of stuff, then, yeah, you know, you get to have this nice battle royale and be as violent as you want and, you know, really try to win this, but you don't have to worry about actually killing anyone.
After all, this is the planet of chasing dreams. Here in Penacony, anyone with a dream in their heart has a chance to make it a reality. Now, brought to you by the Alfalfa family and proudly sponsored by Soulglad, the high-stakes battlefield where dreams are on the line. The first ever Penaconian
perfect! I loved how you used the word survivor instead of victor to rally the contestants.
Scott's
Nothing
here.
stirs up a person's drive quite like the goal of simply staying alive, hmm? What an inspiring speech, Mr. OT. Even Lewis
This event is
Fleming
already
himself
10 out of
couldn't have
10.
done it better.
Easy on the sweet talk, kid. I'm not here for your flattery. I brought you in because I expect you to give it your all and become the survivor.
Don't get me wrong, Mr. OT. I'm honored you picked me, but I'm just a nobody, a bottom-tier cog in the IPC. And if the rumors are true, you're not exactly a fan of the IPC, so why me?
I sent invitations to Penacony's top shareholders and family heads, welcoming them to join this Holy Grail War. Some accepted. Others turned their noses up, dismissing my carefully orchestrated spectacle as just a marketing stunt. Seems like living in luxury has dulled the ambitions of the so-called elite. But underdogs like you're a whole different story. Now, remind me again, what wish would you make to the Grail?
Me, Scott? I'm just a lowly grunt trying to climb to a P45 corporate rank.
You could be P1.
What a delightful
Yeah,
Monday
there you go.
wish. You aren't even dreaming of rubbing shoulders with legends like Diamond or something. But compared to lofty nonsense like world peace, your dream is refreshingly grounded.
It's funny because in a universe like Honkai Star Rail, wishing for world peace wouldn't even mean anything. Like, if one world were peaceful, then the whole rest of the universe is not. And then even if you were peaceful, like at any point in time, the destruction could show up, like the swarm could show up and just kill everything anyway. World peace doesn't actually like net you anything in this universe.
So, the Holy Grail, can it really grant my wish?
Of course it can. Kid, the command spell branded onto your hand is proof of your qualification. You've also summoned a servant. Witness their power for yourself.
Well, we are in a dream world where ice cream talks, wine bottles sing, and instruments play themselves. A grail that grants wishes and legendary figures resurrecting from history? Not so far-fetched here, I guess. But here's the bigger question. If the grail is real, why are you sharing it? Why turn this into a show? Let's face it, if I were in your shoes, I'd keep it to myself, make my wish quietly, and get filthy rich.
A good point from Scott. Odie could just say, I wish that I were back to being the sole shareholder of Penacony. And maybe it would get rid of Jade and Trailblazer and Robin in some way that he would be. But I don't know. Let's see what his answer is.
A sharp question, Scott. Let me put it this way. Picture an old man who survived 10 Amber Eras, navigated countless conspiracies and power struggles, accumulated an endless fortune, and climbed to the absolute pinnacle of Penacony. Now tell me, what's left for such a person to wish for?
A couple more Amber Eras to live? Yeah, more money and power.
Too much of either, right? I don't know. You tell me, Mr. OT.
I guess he's gonna just say entertainment, I guess.
You're already getting close, kid. But a single wish, that's far too small to satisfy me. I want to transform the Holy Grail War into an unprecedented form of entertainment in Penacony. Imagine meeting historical legends, summoning them as servants to fight for you, and finally making your wildest dreams come true. This will be Penacony's next grand spectacle. standing alongside the Charmony Festival as a beacon for the universe's attention. Dreamers and wealth beyond measure will pour in, far more than ever before. And for the first ever Holy Grail War, what story could be more compelling than the wish of a nobody coming true? Understand now?
Ah, I get it now. Don't worry, Mr. OT. I won't let you down. As a lone wolf, I've learned how to survive, no matter how desperate things are. But I'm not gonna lie, Mr. OT. Just now, during that broadcast, I saw someone who's dragged me down to rock bottom more times than I can count. Funny how fate works. She's here on this battlefield, too.
Let me guess. You mean that nameless from the Astral Express? A real showboat and a tough competitor, I'd say.
Oh, yeah, in terms of pure strength, the old me couldn't compete with that monster and her crew. But the person I am today, I'm not the same man I was back then.
Okay, let's see how they've improved.
As a master, survival hinges on using your summoned heroic spirits, your servants, and utilizing their noble phantasms. Isn't that correct, Mr. Rekka?
Mr. Rekka's here too.
While the Holy Grail War is ongoing, please address me as greedy, producer.
Oh.
Actually, during this war,
Rekka is his servant here.
Code name Assassin.
You're right. In the current Penacony, the name Greedy carries no weight. Best not to bring it up.
In the current Penacony, Grady.
You got a chance at a second.
Is this like a Honkai Impact third
It's best
thing?
to let go of fragile pride, old friend.
How Universal Peace? I don't know, I just feel like the only way that seems like very monkey paw, right? Like you wish for universal peace and it just wipes out all life in the universe, right? Or even worse, just like wipes everyone except for one person, or like maybe only the people that agree or can get peacefully along with each other. So it's like 5 people and they might not even be on the same planet. Yeah, it makes us all slumber nanas. That would totally be world peace.
Names tie you to your past. They also expose your weaknesses. A wise competitor hides their true self from the opposition.
So, Mr. Rekka is considered to be an assassin in Fate terms.
Heroic spirit's memories, just to convince that director to act as your vessel.
Spirit Origin Fusion. That's another Fate phrase, probably.
You've always dreamed of creating a masterpiece that would shake the world and cement your name in history, haven't you? On that point, you and Mr. Rekka
Technically, Mr. Rekka is actually making quite the story. He keeps on showing up in the end credits for every major version story. So all of the screenwriting has been by Mr. Rekka.
And help this ambitious young man by your side fulfill his wish.
Following my master's command, my noble phantasm has already been trained on those you invited. I can show their movements to you both in real time.
Well done, Assassin. With an ability like this, we're sure to stay ahead of the competition.
The participants
Or you can just track them being too far ahead of you to catch up.
The Holy Grail War are already under my noble phantasm's watch. So, producer, which one do you want to check out first? Producer, time's ticking. Let's hurry and check out the other participants.
So Jade and Aventurine. That looks like Robin and Don Hung. Pom Pom and Trailblazer. Oh, that's Boot Hill with Robin. Is this toward the end of the Slumber Banana Monkey story? Let's look at March 7th.
Who the heck keeps tossing garbage around? The next passenger Pom-Pom catches littering is going to have to write down the train's sanitation rules 100 times. Huh? The first Penaconian Holy Grail War? Inviting the Astral Express to join? Sounds like the kind of spectacle that might interest you.
Are we saying that the trash is the invitation? Like, Trailblazer threw that away? Because I was thinking to myself, like, who actually would throw away anything in the Astral Express? There's, like, only 5 residents on this train. They're all adults, legally.
Seems like she's not around. Maybe I should pass this to March and Don Hung instead. Wait, why is there graffiti on Pom-Pom's hand? It won't come off! Who's behind this prank?
So Pom-Pom is a new master then.
The world's turned upside down. Even the animals on the Astral Express can enter this tournament.
Mr. Odie, should I take care of this first?
No need. Letting a contestant like them compete just makes things even more interesting.
See Robin and Boot, huh?
It's been a while.
Now that's forking hilarious. Girl, I know my identity's a little touchy, but
yeah, so is Robin's, honestly.
Just call me by my name, all right? It sure has been a while since we last saw each other. Not since that monkey.
Okay, so it's not during Slumber Nana. It's like sometime long enough after Slumber Nana Monkey that they're reacquainting themselves with each other.
A true singer doesn't only perform for the ones who can afford front row seats. Like you, Mr. Boothill. Your appearance here means something big's about to go down again in Dreamflux Reef. Doesn't it?
Astute.
Hey now, don't go making me sound like some kind of walking disaster siren. You've heard of the Holy Grail War, right? The ads are everywhere. Nobody in Penacony could have missed it.
Wait, are you telling me you're joining the Holy Grail War?
Oh, why do you sound so shocked? Am I not supposed to?
That's not what I meant. Or maybe that is what I meant. As far as I know, only the family heads, IPC execs, and the Astral Express crew received invitations to this Holy Grail War. Basically, the decision makers of Penacony.
And ain't I Pom-Pom, a member of the Astral Express?
That's not what I'm saying.
Relax. I'm just messing with you. For some reason, that old man went and sent an invitation to Dreamflux Reef, too. Micah figured things might go down the same way as they always do. The folks up top have their fun, and the people below take the hits. So, he sent me the invite. Said I might be interested.
I see. So, Mr. Micah's asking for your help in his own way.
Makes sense. I mean, after all, I'm a two-time hero of Penacony. Sunday, monkeys. Gum my stupid mouth. Why'd I bring that up? Sorry. Listen, I don't care about any muddle-fudging Holy Grail, but a Holy Grail War. Now that sounds dangerous.
I think the Holy Grail also sounds very dangerous.
I get that feeling too.
You can grant any wish you want.
Dead guys from their graves to duke it out. Winner takes all.
That sounds like something those IPC shirtbags would come up with. No heckin' way I vibe with that kind of setup. But since I took Micah's request, I gotta see this through. Make sure things don't spiral out of control. Alright, time to get prepped. Up next, per the invite's instructions, summoning the heroic spirit. See ya.
That guy, that's the wanted criminal Boot Hill. Mr.
Animals,
OT,
criminals.
Sir, can't you revoke his qualification? Letting a criminal join the Holy Grail War is way too dangerous. What if he wishes for every single IPC employee to drop dead? That'd be the end of us.
You better win.
Kid, you're basically admitting you think that cowboy is going to win the whole thing. Where's your confidence? You gotta keep your head in the game. Once you accept the invitation and are branded with the command spells, your qualification as a master can't be revoked.
Then we should send out the Bloodhounds and take that criminal down immediately.
But Mr. Boothill wasn't wrong, was he? He saved Penacony twice before. If we jumped the gun and hunt him down now, that wouldn't be very tactful. Why are you so scared of this guy, Scott?
Let's just say there's some personal history. He's got a particularly brutal way of handling my department's people.
At least I gotta know. I don't think we've seen Scott and Boothill interact before.
Isn't this your perfect shot at vengeance? Win this war, and you can bring that cocky cowboy crashing down yourself.
Don't worry, Mr. OT. Forget a small fry like Boothill. If the traps are set right and the schemes are airtight, even Louis Fleming wouldn't be able to escape.
Good. That ruthless streak of yours reminds me of my younger days.
Oh, Jay doesn't have a voice. What a shame. Using memory bubbles as invitation, a very Penaconian thing to do.
But what's even more Penaconian is this omnipotent wish-granting chalice. Oh, listen to that. Doesn't it sound like a cheap business scam? Only someone from a backwater place like Eurilo 6 could be fooled by a trick like that.
Well, that's us. Oh, I thought I had it on auto. Old Odie's serving up the nectar, but what kind of poison is mixed in the cup?
Madam Jade. Oh, don't tell me you're actually trying to figure out what kind of game this old man is playing.
Why not? Penacony's biggest tycoon throws away his usual image of polite deal-making to invite the family heads and shareholders to participate in his dream contest, prompting afterwards to grant a wish to someone that could never fulfill on their own. Isn't that fascinating?
Fascinating? Well, people with real power wouldn't waste a second of their time on something like this. I mean, who would lower themselves just to entertain him? And if this so-called Holy Grail turns out to be nothing but a marketing gimmick, then things are gonna get really interesting.
Nope, still not on auto. Old Odie knows better than anyone, or knows that better than anyone, so what kind of return is big enough for him to ask the Alfalfa's family into reputation, or entire reputation?
So, you believe this omnipotent wish-granting chalice might actually be real?
Across the cosmos, ceremonies that tap into the path's power to create miracles aren't uncommon. The credit contracts that I make with people, aren't they a form of wish fulfillment too? even more so, are the cornerstones we received. Similarly, also the fortunes given by the priests, as long as they, you know, aren't lying about the actual prophecy in Pentaconi, not in Amphorius. It seems to be that, you know, the prophecies are pretty accurate so far. Like if you go to Yanisopolis.
So does that mean you're interested in accepting the invitation?
I'm interested in the Holy Grail War, but not the Grail itself. What intrigues me are the people who joined this so-called war, joined this war for a so-called miracle. You know, that actually kind of makes sense, because Jade could just like go to all of the losers of the war and be like, oh, sorry you lost, you can't get that one wish you want, but I can give you a contract. Want to make a bet with me?
Well, placing your hopes and dreams on some unknown holy grail. It's like dousing yourself in oil and diving straight through a ring of fire. It doesn't look promising, but it'll be one hell of a show.
And more than that, it's the perfect opportunity to watch and make connections. Only one lucky fool can walk away with the Grail, but the Bone Jade exchange number, the IPC strategic... Oh no, okay, wait, right? Why is it a period? Maybe those are supposed to be commas? Or maybe that's supposed to be like an M dash? But the joint exchange number, the IPC's Strategic Investment Department, can grant everyone's wishes. So probably it's supposed to be both Bone and Jade Express dash no, the IPC's Strategic Investment Department can grant everyone's wishes. That line probably would have been corrected if Jade actually were voiced during this, because the voice actress would be like, the sentence makes no sense, and then you'd like look at it a little bit. Oh well, moving on. Our future strategy calls for more allies. Venturing, aren't you going to accept the invitation and join the Holy Grail War, are you? Or you're going to do this, aren't you?
I knew it. Pentaconi and I just can't seem to stay apart. But I have to say, the way they mark the participants, not exactly pleasant.
Did it hurt when you got the tattoo? Speaking of allies, a certain someone has returned to Pentaconi. Obviously, we can't have any official dealings with them, but since you've exchanged intel before, there's a little trust between you two. I want you to use this Holy Grail War as a chance to strengthen that trust.
As you wish.
Wait! You're telling me the Strategic Investment Department is joining too?
What's wrong, Mr. Scott? As a member of the Marketing Development Department, their reach shouldn't extend to you, right?
That's right, Mr. O.T. Besides, with you backing me up, even Louis Fleming...
Let's just let Louis Fleming rest for now. Mr. Scott, the IPC is just one of many choices in this vast cosmos. Sometimes you need to fight for your own shot at greatness. I've got high hopes for you.
Does that mean that I'm not allowed to watch the broadcast with this Trailblazer? I was only allowed to look at 3.
The stage is set, and the characters are all in position. But, Master, for you and me, this Holy Grail War comes with a few complications.
Yeah, the competition this time is no joke.
No, what I mean is, if you look at the backstories of the participants, they generally fall into 3 categories. Those who are in direct competition with your department, those who have a personal grudge against your department, and those who see you as their sworn enemy.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Scott is not my sworn enemy.
In other words, from a narrative standpoint, Every single participant we've identified so far is likely to target you first.
He might be March 7th sworn enemy. I could see that. He did challenge her to a combat scenario, I guess, where he used the drones, the mechs. They're mechs. Yeah, he used the mechs while March just used swords. But the only thing that I ever did with Scott was the Orem Alley, where basically I improved the economic development in a way that it let them pay for the dock. Pretty sure, canonically, Trailblazer doesn't spend too much time thinking about Scott.
It's us. You call that a complication? Like I didn't already know everyone here has a bone to pick with me?
A little personal wisdom. Not everyone is your enemy, kid. Learn to separate conflict of interest from personal vendetta. And the key difference? The first one can be negotiated. The second, not so much. So, if I were you...
You'd deal with the personal vendettas first. Much appreciated, Mr. OT. I'll keep that in mind.
So go against Trailblazer and Boot Hill first.
Old rivals, now destined to settle the score on the Holy Grail Wars stage.
Lucky for me, I drew the best possible card. Assassin. With your noble phantasm, we should have the upper hand.
That said, knowing your opponent's next move isn't enough. It's like having a script but never actually shooting the film. Let me remind you, Master, your least favorite Nameless is preparing the ritual to summon a servant right now.
Nameless, I gotta take care of you first. Can't have any loose ends hanging around.
Next up is the moment we've all been waiting for. The Nameless will step into the summoning circle, chant the spell, and summon one of the greatest souls in Penaconian history. Who will it be? The legendary Dreamweaver Glocks? Or perhaps the first Bloodhound? Let's find out!
Stage is set. Now step into the summoning circle and begin the ritual.
Alright, looks like I can leave now. Oh, this is actually, I can't, well, I mean, I can leave still, but this is actually just a sustenance anchor. It's like almost 1. I've been going for 2 hours at this point, and the game has given me a point in which to, like, not keep going. So I'm probably going to take this because I don't know when the next exit's going to be. I definitely don't want to fall asleep in my chair with the stream running. So we're gonna try to do more of this tomorrow. Maybe if I kind of just let the I can pause and save anyway, and then exit from here.
Short respite, then time for the next.
And that reminds me that I'm supposed to swap the language to Japanese for this. I think that they said in the developer radio that in some upcoming version you'll be able to switch individual characters' languages. Not for cutscenes though, just like combat and idle animations and things like that. I wonder if people across the universe once when they're sent to negotiate with a Trailblazer, she'd probably be like, talk to the baseball bat. Maybe. Yeah, I feel like, at least the way I control Trailblazer, I feel like I'm very easy to be convinced about stuff. You know, Sampa always convinces me of things. Alright, we're gonna try again to get a little bit further tomorrow. After this weekend, I'm just gonna do all of the Trailblaze Continuance and the Fate event off stream, just so I can get those limited time rewards. But I think maybe we can actually finish the Trailblaze Continuance like tomorrow or something like that. It's usually not that long, like the Argenti Trailblaze Continuance, when we were first introduced to the Sting and Argenti and whatnot, was like 3 fights, really, with a whole bunch of cutscenes. So maybe, we'll see. But for now, I'm going to head to bed. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. We'll fit Pokemon Unite in here somewhere. It's still not Labor Day, so I can also like play in the middle of the week. I've also been playing a lot of Pokemon Unite off stream, so I'm not really necessarily eager to play Unite on stream. But yeah, we'll try to prioritize Star Rail for a little bit here. And yeah, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching as always. Take care and goodbye.